Okay, you guys, it's been a while. Thank you so much for tuning in to my podcast, Heartful the Podcast, where I, Shayla, your host, will discuss whatever comes to me, pretty much. Mostly it's been about my healing journey, um, and then also sprinkled in it's topics that my friends may give me that they want insight on. I am a therapist intern, so they get insight from that side of me, as well as I'm just a black woman. Bye. Just kidding. um, so yeah, that's my content pretty much. So I really don't know where to start this time. It's been a while. There's a lot of things to discuss. A lot has happened. A lot has happened. As you can see, I'm in the car. I'm waiting on my mom. She is in PT right now. I graduated, you guys. I graduated. It's really not a graduation. I was discharged from my own physical therapy today, which is bittersweet because yay, I'm in a better place or whatever. I don't have to be there, and I was paying out of pocket. Granted, anyway, I was paying out of pocket. So yay for that, right? But then also yay that I'm not in the horrible shape that I was in when I started. Okay, but it's better. The bitter part is I really enjoyed my physical therapist. Like, he became the homie. Like, I started calling him cousin and everything. We were cousins. We were cousins. He was the homie. Not every time I went, but a lot of the times I went, it was laugh sessions. He was still pushing me. It got to a point. It got to a point. He was like, "Yo, listen." He was like, "We joke and we." He was like, "We joke, we laugh, whatever. When you come in here," he was like, "But we really got to get to work for real, because when you leave here, you be in pain. When you here, you cool, but when you leave here, you be in pain. So we got to get to work for real." So he started pushing me or whatever, and I was like, "Yeah," but it was helpful, and I appreciate him for that. Oh my gosh. Um, I walked in today. He was like, "So," I was like, "Dang it," because he told me he was gonna give me a heads up, but I canceled my last session. He was like, I he was like, "I think we're ready to discharge." I was like, "No." It was so many times where I went there and was on the verge of tears in the morning, like, because this season of my life has been so tough and hard and challenging. He didn't know, but there were so many times I would be laying on the table, and he would be like getting ready to adjust me, and he would say something, and I would crack up. Okay, like be in tears, hollering. And I told him that I was like, there were so many times that I was on the verge of tears, but he created an environment where I could be myself and be comfortable. And laugh, and it was just a great environment for that. It really helped me in this season. That's why that's the bitter part, because I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss going or whatever. A few sessions before the last, I was like, "Man, you gonna give me your number so we can kick it?" And he was like, "I'm gonna give you." He was like, "I'm gonna give you my number so you can hit me if you need to." And I was like, all right, cool. So he was filling out the. He gave me a printout of all of the exercises or whatever for me to continue, so I can, maintain where I am. And he was putting notes and stuff or whatever on it and whatever. And so he put his email and his address on there, and he was like, my address, he was like, my email, Lord, he was like, my email and my phone number is on there, so you can hit me up if you need to hit me up for real. And I was like, all right, okay. And then but when I left, I was like, sad. And so I just hit him a message and I was like, thank you so much for all of your help, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, we really better be cousins for real and we better kick it at the end of it. And he was like, cousin. He was like, I appreciate you, you know, whatever his message was. And he was like, don't be afraid to hit me ever, for real, for real. I was like, we gonna kick it. You really not gonna kick it, but I was like, we gonna kick it. But I appreciate him during this time. It's been a real, very crucial time. And it was help that I didn't even realize I needed. So I appreciate that. It is very bittersweet that I'm not going to be going anymore. Yeah. He turned into a cousin for real. And then also he got a girl, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to randomly hit him up like, let's kick it. And his girl was like, what? Who? I don't want no drama. Yeah, so that's that. All right, ever. Let me see. What else? So, y'all know I was doing the 75 soft, right? I really did not complete the 75 soft because it was just the eating part was very challenging for me. And what part wasn't I really consistent in? The eating part, and then like the reading 10 pages a day part either. Like I started off really good with that, and then I fell off because I didn't have nothing interesting for me to read anymore, and I was like, okay. But I would try to substitute that with drawing too, but then I wasn't staying up. I wasn't like waking up in the middle of the night anymore to draw or to watch more tutorial videos on drawing. And then I would also substitute it with my LTC class. But the instructor is so dry and boring. He's like the clear eyes guy when he talks, and his tongue sound heavy. I was just like, okay, I need to finish that course actually because my time frame about to run out. But I need to finish that so I can have my, yeah. So I didn't really complete it. And like, but my biggest thing was like the eating part, because literally when I think of food, it's like food is a chore for me. Cooking is a chore for me. Chewing is a chore for me. Like, it's like I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this. This is just like, can I just swallow a pill or something? Why do I have to chew food? And so I knew I had an eating disorder, right? I knew this because I feel like my eating disorder was created in middle school by me, of course. And there were some other things that probably helped push along the eating disorder, with how things were at home. But so I knew this, and I knew this a few years ago, but I never like really looked into it. I never like really looked into it. I was just like, okay, I have an eating disorder. Let me just be mindful of that. But I didn't know how it would affect me for real. And I didn't realize the drain of me thinking about eating was a part of it. Because at some points I just felt like something was wrong with me, like I'm just being weird, or maybe I just don't have the energy to eat or something like that, right? But one day I was not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, yes, 2 weeks ago, because I hit my brother. I was like, I really need to lose weight for real, like for real, I need to lose weight, like I need to. How can I do that? But then I also sent him like the screenshot of, because I was using chat, and I was like, chat, I feel like when I want to eat or when I think about chewing food, it's really like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to chew food. Like, it's a chore. And I wish I had like the papers, but I'm not at home to really give y'all the information like that. Or to really be clear. Ooh, please don't get into a car accident. Thank you. Please look at where you're going. Okay. Sorry. But chat was like, No, because I said I believe I have um adverse eating disorder, and chat was like, yeah. Chat pretty much was like, yeah. um how you're feeling goes into that eating disorder. Of course, it also can fall into like depression, too, which I am also dealing with a depressed brain, so I get that as well. um which I feel like I'm like coming around the bend with that. Thank you, Lord. But yeah, but chat was like, your feeling is legit. This is a part of that or whatever. And it pretty much gave me different ways to um deal with that, deal with that mental like strain when it comes to chewing food, thinking about making the food, thinking about because chat said, um chat was like, yeah, something about cooking, cleaning, cooking, chewing, cooking, chewing, cleaning set you off. And I was like, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Especially the cooking and the chewing. I gotta cook and chew. Bruh. And I really thought like I really thought like something was wrong with me for real. Like, because my brother doesn't mind cooking at all. Um and I thought I was just being not rebellious, but like, oh, I'm just the black sheep, I don't cook type of thing. But I actually do enjoy cooking when I enjoy cooking. Um, but yeah, chat was like, cooking, chewing, cleaning, you're out of there. I said, absolutely. I don't have that. I don't have it. And then so, chat gave me like low chew options, because this was all based around losing weight, weight loss, or whatever. Because that's still very important to me, and I need to do that. So like low chew options that are still high in protein. And I did tell Chad, I was like, I do like to lift weights. Chad was like, great, that's great, whatever, whatever. So like low chew options to help me, low chew, high protein to help me with all of that, or whatever. And I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff because I don't have the information like right in front of me. But dang, I just had a thought. Something about low chew. But it also gave me a lot of like mind work too, like pause when you have that feeling of like, I don't feel like doing this. Like, pause, stop, recognize the feeling that you have. Like, it's okay to have this feeling or whatever. And if chewing a whole thing is too much for you, start with a sip or start with one bite. And Chad was like, usually when you start with one sip, you will continue. You start with 1-2 bites, you will continue. And that was very helpful for me, because thinking about eating the whole thing is like, bruh, thinking about chewing a salad. And that's what was getting me, because it's always like salad, 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 salad to lose, salad, salad, salad. And at first I would be like, okay, yeah, salad, salad bomb, and it's all good, salad bomb, salad bomb. And then but after a while, with also having a depressed brain, nigga, I don't want to chew. Why do I have to chew 100 times to swallow this food? Can I just swallow it? Clearly I can't. But I don't want to chew. That's too many bites. You know the energy that goes into chewing? Bruh. So after a while, I would be like, I am so done with this. But then I'll get discouraged because, well, what else am I going to eat that's going to be great on this journey of losing weight? I cannot just eat fries because it's an easy chew, right? I can't just eat fries because it's an easy chew. Or I can't eat nothing at all. And that's the thing with adverse eating. adverse or restrictive eating, I would eat like once a day, or skip a meal, or not like eat something and then nothing at all. Wait all day. Sometimes it would be on accident, but I won't eat nothing all day. Then eat once and then eat once. Or eat a little bit of something, a snack, because my brain is like, a whole meal is crazy. Cooking is wild. So a snack, no effort whatsoever. And it's in chat was like executive dysfunction, like making all the decisions and then freezing because there's so many choices you have to make. And I was like, chat, bruh, you really the homie, because how was I gonna really get to the nitty-gritty of this without seeing an eating disorder therapist or specialist, which I still would do if I had the money to do so. I don't. So chat was really helpful with that. But yeah, so low chew options to help me like get started in eating something. And chat was like, a protein smoothie is great. Drink a protein smoothie, a protein shake. Yes, drink those. Soups, great. Soups is great. Are great. Get a soup. Excuse me. So it was just options that took the pressure off of really making a full doggone meal, or having to chew 100 times to eat something. Excuse me. So it was just very helpful, really helpful in being able to reframe my thinking around food, helping my relationship with food, which is the biggest part of like losing weight or whatever. And then also I had in my mind, like, high protein is only good for lifting days. And chat was like, hey, you can eat protein any day of the week. Like, you deserve to eat food. Protein is good on recovery days too. Matter of fact, protein is better on recovery days because your muscles need it to recover. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense. So it was just a lot of reframing that I had to like see or whatever, and understand and grapple with. And I was like, oh, this is great to help me deal with get a better relationship with food. And that's what I have been working with the most. My brother was like, run. First off, I don't like cardio. But my brother was like, run for 90 days, run for 30 minutes, or get on the treadmill for 30 minutes on incline 13, walk at like 3 or 3.5. Nigga, I haven't been on a treadmill. I haven't went walking since before my car accident. That was August. Since before then, I went. I don't mind you, again, I don't like being on the treadmill, okay? I went one day and I tried to hop on after not, and I tried to do 13. I almost died. I lowered that baby down, okay? And I wasn't even at 3 miles per hour. I couldn't do it. I said no. I lowered it down to like 7. Excuse me, or 6 or something. And then I lowered it down to 4, and that's what I was doing. And I completed like 10 minutes. Because get me out of here. I don't want to do this. So that was my start. I haven't been back. And I haven't been back not because I don't want to go back, but I haven't been back because I haven't had the time. I haven't had the time to do it. Usually I do my workouts in the morning, and it's better for me to do the cardio part after I drop off Duda to school, and then I can go back home and just get on the treadmill like that. But I've been having meetings right in the morning, and I've been having to go and whatever. And then last week I was sick. That's why I'm coughing. Last week I was sick, triggered my asthma, all the stuff. But I have been, except for last week, been consistent with the workouts that Chat gave me. Chat gave me some strength training workouts to do to help me out. So I have been following along with those. That's been great because I can do those at home before Duda wakes up. So I can do that there if I get up in the morning, y'all. Or if I'm not dilly-dallying, dilly in the dally, okay? In the morning. But I've been pretty consistent with those, and I've been doing those. But my brother was like, do this for 90 days, the treadmill thing for 90 days. I might not do that for 90 days, but I'm going to do what Chat, the exercises that Chat told me to do for 90 days, and I'm going to see where I'm at. I'm going to see where I'm at with that. And I'm gonna do my best to also work in the treadmill because I know cardio is important. I just have to reframe my thinking around the treadmill and cardio. And I told Chat that too. And it was like, reframe your thoughts to, you don't have to do this, but you get to, this time is for you and you can watch whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I could also watch that while I'm sitting on the couch. Like, this isn't really helping me. Yeah, I would much rather walk outside versus being inside. And I would actually much rather jog than walk. So I have to work on reframing my thoughts around inside cardio and cardio in general. Yeah, I don't like it. But I'm going to do my best to also add that into what Chat gave me too and see how I am at the end of these 90 days. Plus being mindful of my eating disorder and reminding myself like it's okay to drink protein shakes. If I'm drinking a protein shake, if I'm having a protein shake for every meal, so be it. Maybe because I'm still getting my protein in and there's still some vegetables up in there, so be it, right? If it's a soup and protein shakes, so be it. And if it's rice for a meal, so be it. Like, eat the food. Eat the food. Excuse me. Eat the food and stop restricting yourself, pretty much. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. So that was a discovery of mine, which I'm happy about because I can work on bettering me, right? Even though I'm like, oh, I gotta get all this weight off, and I gotta which I do, but I'm also doing my best to not be so hard on myself with the they're not limitations, but with the, I can't find the word, but with my eating disorder and yeah, with my eating disorder, because eating is the biggest part. Eating is the biggest part of it. That's what my brother said. My brother was like, diet is the biggest part of this, so you really have to figure that part out. Yeah. And I had sent him a screenshot. I said, I probably really shouldn't be asking you this because you probably can't help me with that. He was like, I have never heard of that before, so yeah, I can't help you. I can't help you with that. But I appreciate my brother. He always tries to help. Excuse me, where he can. So yeah, so that's good. That's great. I'm working on that. Doing my best with that. I'm trying to see where I want to go next because I had previously recorded this episode of like a week or so ago in the car again, but I had to delete it. And I was talking about Okay, you guys. So you remember that dude that I was like, keep that shit over there? So he had popped back up or whatever, and with some random, I don't even remember what the message was or whatever. So I sent him this long message, and I was like, I said, if you're not for real, don't come over here. Pretty much, I was like, I thought that you were this type of person, but that's not the person that you're showing me. So essentially, keep that shit over there. And he was like, nah, he was like, I know me being in and out is not, it hurts people and some, I'm really trying to do X, Y, and Z. And I was like, all right. And so he started showing up as if he was really trying to be X, Y, and Z. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But there was still a part of me like, we'll see, right? Because you the pop in, pop out type of nigga. So I was like, we'll see. And the more we talked, the more we were talking, and the more we were talking about like relationship stuff, the more he started to get squirmy. And it wasn't even nothing deep. It was just like one of the things I sent him something. I was like, tell me what you think about this. That was an issue for him. And then and it was literally like, tell me what you think about this. Not even like, tell me what you think about this so I can evaluate you. No, nigga, just tell me what you think about this. This was sent to me. Tell me what you think. And then another thing, something that I actually saw on TikTok, and I was like, you be doing this with your girls? And he was like, I haven't really had the opportunity to do so, but yeah. I said, well, this is the type of person I am. Not even saying like, you need to do this, but this is the type of person that I am. Like, heads up, nigga. Right? So those were the two things I sent him to. He was like, I'm not really trying to be talking about relationships all the time and woo. And I was just like, bruh, we can literally talk about anything, but you don't be talking about nothing. So I don't really understand what's happening for real. And then he was like, he was like, you really need to calm down. He was like, I know you have anxiety, but you need to chill. Whoop. I said to myself, that's strike one. Cause nigga, you don't tell somebody that is struggling with anxiety or whatever they're struggling with to calm down, to relax. You don't do that. I was like, strike one. Right. I was like, cool. So we gonna wrap this shit up, and that's that. And so, I forgot how that conversation ended, but I was like, that's it for me. Like, I'm good. Cause cause I was like, I don't know what you want from me for real. And he was like, I don't want nothing from you. Great. Got it. Wrap it up, my nigga. And then so that was it for me. And then like the next day or something, he was like, wow. He was like, wow, really? I asked you to calm down or something he said, and then this is where we at. Yeah, this is where we at. What first off, you said you don't want nothing from me. You just like our interactions. Okay. And then you told me to calm down my anxieties, as if you aren't the one that is provoking my anxious behavior. You're not responsible, but you're provoking them. And you're not taking accountability for any of your actions. And I was just like, yeah, nigga, wrap this shit up. Like, and I told him, I said, if you're not going to take accountability for anything that you're doing, there's no reason for us to continue to communicate. And he was like, we need to just go ahead and meet up and have a conversation. I said, a conversation about what? A conversation about all of this. And I said, again, if you're not willing to take accountability or recognize where you are at fault in this, there's no reason for us to meet up. And he was like, we're going to meet up. When you free? And I told him when I was free. He was like, let's meet up on Thursday. It's Sunday. He was like, let's meet up on Thursday. That's when I got a day off, whatever. I said, yep, I'm free around 12. And I said, let me check my schedule. And I was like, I'm free around 12. And he was like, okay, cool. And then he tried to continue. Then he was like, well, how you doing? I'm sorry. Did you really think we was about to bypass this whole conversation that we need to have just so you can feel comfortable and continuing this surface level conversation and so you can continue your own agenda? Absolutely not. No. I said we can do the catch-ups and all that, continue our conversation on Thursday. I said, you're used to not talking to me anyway for a long time, so this should be a breeze for you. He was like, oh, is that right? I didn't respond because, my nigga, this is not that. And I already knew within me, you not about to show up on no Thursday. So I was like, we about to see how this week go. Wasn't even a week. I think later on that night, he was like, you know what? He was like, you know what? You too much for me. I think you be doing this to all the niggas. You be manipulating and gaslighting all the niggas. So this ain't gonna work out for me and some whoop whoop whoop. I said, bruh, take care. Cause I already knew this was coming. There's the flaky is already you. So I already knew this was coming. Whenever it comes to anything serious, whenever it comes to you actually putting action to words, he be gone. So I was like, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then he hit me up. I don't remember when that was, right? But then he hit me up like a couple weeks ago. It was like, not even on no weird shit. I'm just checking in. You've been on my mind heavy. I'm just checking in to see how you doing or something. I said, pretend I died. R.I.P. to me. Leave me alone. Don't text me no more. What is the point? The temperature checks, please. I'm dead and gone, buried. R.I.P. Funeral. Why are you... I don't have time for it. I really don't. I just don't understand the point and the purpose of that. And I'm not about to waste my time. It was on me for entertaining him again. I get that. I see that. I really, truly do. And that is not happening again. Do you hear me? Amen. Right? Amen. That was just a very interesting time. A very interesting time. I had sent it to, I actually sent the screenshot to all of my friends. And they were like, so you're gaslighting because you're holding him accountable? I said, yep. I guess I be gaslighting niggas. And I was like, what? When I read that I be manipulated and gaslight niggas, he didn't say niggas, he said dudes, but niggas. When I read that I be manipulating and gaslight niggas, I was like, me? Me? What? That's crazy. It's crazy that you think in this season I have the energy to manipulate and gaslight anybody. Like, what? Okay, twin. You know the energy it takes to gaslight? You have to put on you have to be a whole lying, manipulative person. You know what that takes? The energy for that. In this season? Thank you. I don't know the capacity you think I have, but it's not that. It's not that. But thank you so much for thinking that I have it. I don't know why. I was like, okay. Energy? Okay, I got the energy. I don't have the energy. Okay, I didn't have the energy. Like I said, I feel like I'm turning the bend, coming around the bend. But I didn't have it. I didn't have it then. Absolutely not. No. Um, but I just thought that part was funny because I was really like, me? Okay, come on, manipulate and gaslight the niggas. That is so against who I am as a person. It's just hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me. I am not that individual. Like, to my core, I'm not. Now, to manipulate and gaslight, no. To have a roster, absolutely. But I would never be like, I'm not about to manipulate and I'm not lying about what I'm doing. Never, never. If I have a roster, I have a roster, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I have never had to manipulate or gaslight a nigga to do nothing. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying, never. That's just never been. I've never had to do that. I've never been in a position to have to. Anyway, y'all. But yeah, if I did, I probably would have. I probably been in different situations. You know, been in different situations, and I probably would have came up on some things. Probably. But that's just not who I am. I'm a very much so. My natural disposition is to be a submissive partner. That is just who I am naturally, is to be a submissive partner to my person. That's just who I am. I am truly a lover girl. And that's what I want to give. I really, really, truly do. Now I need to work on my, like, slow rolling that to individuals. Absolutely. And listening to me, listening to myself, and being okay with what I hear and standing on what I hear. You know what I'm saying? Do you actually know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's been some situations, a lot of situations where I didn't listen to me, and I was in situations I shouldn't have been in because I was more so mapping the mind of the other person and trying to see what they want, and gauging how I can function based off of what I see in them. I don't want to do that no more. I've been not wanting to do that, but I don't want to do that for real, because I don't need to be in situations that don't benefit me. And as hard and challenging as it is to rewire that type of thinking and functioning, I can't. Even in this situation now, it ain't really a situation, but I like this person. Like, I like this person so much. Totally different person, guys. Totally different person. I like this person so much. Like, I feel like this person checks a lot of boxes for me. You know, like, they're kind, they're gentle, they're respectful, they're intentional, they're communicative, they're expressive, right? They seem like a very emotionally mature person, right? I like this person. They're fine as hell. Okay. I like this person. I do. I really do, right? Even with that, I have to fight against the wiring that tells me to do more than I need to prove. That's what I have to fight against. And I am aware enough to see it, right? It's the standing on the possibility that it may not be fully reciprocated, which leaves me by myself again. And I have to stand on being okay with, okay, I'm by myself again, right? Because that goes back to like childhood stuff, attachment, abandonment, all of that, right? And rewiring that for myself. So as much as I like this guy, and I like this guy a whole heck of a lot, I think he's a really cool dude, right? I am not going to put myself back in a position where it is me doing all the things, it's not being reciprocated, or I'm trying to do all the things to hold on to like fragments or pieces of something that's not really there, or I am trying to prove myself and do all the things so I can steady be in his face, not like in his face for real, but like so days don't go by where he doesn't hear from me, because then all of a sudden, well, maybe he starts thinking about somebody else, or maybe he starts entertaining somebody else, or maybe da 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 da, blah 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 blah, all the anxieties or whatever in my brain. And I'm just like, well, that sucks, because it does, if he does do that, right? But I can't control what a person do. I really can't. And I'm dope as hell, so I don't really need to convince anybody of that. And I believe he does know that I'm dope, but it's on him to choose if he wants to be with this dope, beautiful black woman. You know what I mean? And that's just that. And I have to stand on that and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You pulled it in here real quick. So it's just fighting against the wiring, the childhood wiring in my brain, and being okay who I say that I am, and being okay with who I believe I am, you know what I'm saying, and listening to that voice inside me, and being okay if that voice is like, nah, that ain't it, or nah, that ain't the person, nah, that ain't, Y'all know what's hilarious? I was in the bathroom, right? I was in the bathroom, and I was like, Lord, I like him. The Lord was like, yeah, I know. Bruh. I was like, oh, well. And I was about to continue, but the way that my brain works, I knew I couldn't continue and know that that was the Lord talking. It would have been me. But I was like, well, and so I just got up and just left. I laughed and walked out the bathroom because, okay, you heard me and you be listening. It was just hilarious to me. He was like, yeah, I know. That was funny. But so listening to the innards, and that's challenging. It's challenging to see that I haven't been truly listening to the innards. And when I say stand on me, I mean to be confident in what I hear or what I see, and walk that thing out. Even if it's not fully true, even if I'm being curious about something, right? Because curiosity is still okay. Curiosity is still okay, and challenging things is still okay. Asking questions is still okay. But walking that thought out, that was a piece of a different conversation, so I don't know if that's gonna land on y'all for real. But yeah, y'all, I've been talking for a long time. My mom is gonna probably come out here at any moment. Here go my nails. I want to show y'all. They're so pretty. I might be going to Portland for Christmas. I hope I do. See my brother, me and Duda Butt. Gonna go to see and be with my brother and Bookie Butt. Hopefully see Amber and some other family members possibly. I don't know if my mom is going. She's saying that she don't know if she want to go. But I don't know. We'll see. This, again, I'm at the end and I'm just rambling now because I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. Look at my eyelashes, y'all. Y'all, you know what is so crazy? What's so crazy and what I've been thinking about often is years ago, like 10 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be the female who is wearing lashes on random days. This is a random Thursday and I have lashes on, no other makeup. Don't even look like nothing for real. I got on a hoodie and some workout clothes because I was at PT today. I would have never thunk it. never thunk it. Okay, and to have that beat face I had on when I went to the dinner, the mental health dinner, I did that. That was my face. I mean, well, yes, it was my face, but I did that makeup and I did that. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thunk it. Never ever thunk it. And it just blows my mind sometimes because I'll be like, what, girl? You a girl. Um you a girl for real. There's a story behind that. But also in my earlier videos when I was talking about being molested when I was younger, it's a bit up in there too. So yeah, it's crazy. And I also be thinking like, dang, I wish Paris could see this. I wish Paris could see me with lashes on. I wish Paris could have seen me with my face beat. You know what I'm saying? I hate that she is not here no more. I hate it so much. But I be thinking about that. It'd be so ready to send her a picture like, girl, look at my lashes, girl. Look at my face. Da, 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 da. I miss my peach pie so doggone much, man. It is not the same. My world is not the same without her in it. My world is not the same. It's crazy. The laughs, bruh. I'll be laughing, but like the laughs. I was just talking to somebody about my group chat. How I don't got a group chat no more. Bruh, because the laughs, bruh. I don't have a group chat anymore because Paris was the third person in our group chat. And don't nobody else, who else is gonna be in my group chat? I don't have friends like that. And who else is funny like that? Nobody. So it's me and Carmen cracking jokes back and forth. Me, Boogie Butt, cracking jokes. Da, 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 da. Which is still a blast. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a group chat. You know when you have extra people in there that got stuff that be more funny. Anyway, y'all, I'm rambling for real now. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. And then Happy New Year, because I don't know when I'm going to hop back on here again, honestly and truly. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching my episodes. Thank you for dragging me along this year. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for coming along with me this year. It's been a crazy year. I really thought I was gonna be posting way more than I did, and then all of a sudden, sexual assault. Didn't see that coming. Threw everything off. Okay, so hopefully maybe next year I can be a bit more. I can get back to at least, I think I said twice a month is what I wanted to post, and I can get back to that, but I don't know what's going to happen with my life, with me. Hey, I might not be in here. Sorry, I did say that. But, who knows? So, but I thank you so much for always tuning in, checking me out, getting all the way to the end with all of my rambles, and you're still staying and listening and all of that. This one isn't that heavy, just some recap and updates and all of that. So I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please hit me up, reach out. You can always send me a message on Facebook or Instagram at My Heart Speaks LLC. My Heart Speaks LLC. Instagram, Facebook. That's it. Bye.